The number of kids with guns being arrested here in Vanderburgh County is on a steep increase. In 2013, officials say they arrested 6 juveniles who were in possession of a firearm. Just 2 years later, that number more than quadrupled to 32.
And juvenile court judge Brett Niemeyer, he's been taking a look at this thing. He's noticed the increase, and he's now decided to do something about it. 44 News reporter Amanda Chodnicki has more on the problem and what the county is doing to solve it.
Depending on the seriousness of the crime, kids either go through adult court or they stay in the juvenile system, where many eventually end up on probation. But so many are ending up on probation, it is putting a strain on the system. A new intensive unit is allowing probation officers in Vanderburgh County to spend more time in the field to combat kids under fire. In some homes, kids grow up learning that guns are dangerous. But for other kids, they aren't afraid to pick up a gun, put their finger on the trigger without any training at all. A lot?
Yeah, pretty much everybody has a gun.
While every kid may not be carrying a gun, juvenile court judge Brett Niemeyer says it is scary how the trend is becoming more common.
Just 2 years ago, we only had 6 arrests. Last year, we had 32 arrests.
Those arrests were for the illegal possession of a firearm, but there were an additional 12 arrests last year for kids using guns to commit a crime.
Listening to all the cases, it was like, wow, another handgun case, and then another handgun case. So I took a look at the numbers and decided we had to do something about it.
Judge Niemeyer asked the county council to move some money in the budget so his probation officers could get out of the office more.
So we were able to hire 3 new part-time people to take care of a lot of the paperwork, which allowed 3 full-time people to go out into the field.
Before, there were 5 probation officers that only went out once or twice a month. With the new intensive unit, 3 officers make visits every single day. These officers work with what they call the handgun kids, and because of the seriousness of the crimes, they wear bulletproof vests.
So one of the places that we do that at is local schools, and we're going to head to one of those now and see what our kids are up to.
Officers visit at school,
how's school going?
at home, and wherever they can find the kid.
We'll see if he's home.
Because oftentimes the officers are forced to track them down. Trent Barnett has been a probation officer in Vanderburgh County for 14 years. He says times have changed. The crimes are becoming more serious and the kids involved are getting younger. Officer Barnett says this shows that more probation officers are needed in the field to work hands-on with the kids and lead them in the right direction.
We've seen an increase in just regular criminal behaviors in the community in ages of anywhere from 12 to 17 and a half, 18-year-olds.
But the question is why? Why do you think that? Do you think it's because of the community? What?
Gang stuff. There's a lot of gang activity.
No matter what the reason, Judge Niemeyer refuses to consider this as normal and asks parents to pay close attention to their children.
Most of these kids, when they are possessing the firearms, I mean, they're possessing the firearms in their backpacks and in their bedrooms. So, parents need to know what's in their home.
And kids need to know.
To me, it just really ain't worth it.
Judge Niemeyer says he wants to get at least 1 more probation officer out in the field every day with these juveniles. He plans to go to the county council soon to ask them for money to fill that position.